Before BMIS, I would say my practice has always centered around my family and our experiences of migration from Iran to Canada and how we've become fragmented. Our interpersonal dynamics have shifted through this process. And at BMIS, I'm still thinking about these ideas and these concepts, but I'm shifting from working straight directly with my family to other sources. Since I have thought of my family as a microcosm for like grander societal relations. At BMIS, I'm shifting that microcosm to water and bodies of water. Specifically, I'm interested in this ancient ocean known as the Parenthesis Ocean, which contained at one point prehistorically the Caspian Sea, the Aral Sea, the Black Sea, and over time, because of ice ages and all that, they've separated and also fragmented and have become enclosed by land, specifically the Aral Sea and Caspian Sea. So I'm thinking about these bodies of water as a metaphor for diaspora, what has caused them to shift. I've talked to an oceanographer that has been super insightful. I'm also thinking about how they have experienced both a geological timeline and a historical timeline, the divergences between these two timelines since human impact has caused further degradation and accelerated that process. That's where my research has begun, and it's kind of went tangentially all over the place. Been interviewing lots of different people. I've also been creating ceramic sculptures that connect these bodies of water to my own body, more of a sensual kind of queer experience of these non-human beings. So at BMIS, this is the first time I've actually worked with ceramics. There's like a lovely studio here, so I dived in. Conceptually, I was thinking about pathways of water. There's this ancient irrigation system in Iran that is called a ghanat. It's a tunnel system that pulls water from underneath the mountains and disperses it in deserted areas for farming. This type of irrigation no longer really functions or replaced by modernized versions. There are these systems that still exist, and they work with water and gravity. They're non-pervasive, not extractive in a way that ruins the land or water. So I'm thinking about these irrigation systems and these tunnels, and those kind of influence the ceramics, where I've created these tunnels that fold into one another. They also are symbolic of our own bodies, that they're also informed by our intestines and how that's where our bodies disperse water into our system. So I'm finding these ways of relating our own bodies to these pathways of water, to these bodies of water, as a way of maybe leveling our bodies and the non-human as an act to give agency to these non-human beings. Those are the tunnel clay. And then I also have these vessels that aren't really vessels, but they are these holes that mimic the tunnels, the ghanat system from aerial view. I've also been kind of replicating these forms as a way of understanding them from a distance. Right now, the video that I have, there's footage that I'm just experimenting with. They are of the inside of my mouth and really close up footage of my body sweating. I'm thinking about spaces on our own bodies where there's liquids, where we're expelling liquids. And also the mouth is an enclosure, kind of in conversation with ceramic holes, in that conceptually I'm thinking about enclosures as a part of the process, like a capitalist system where you enclose something, whether that's land, water, or our bodies, and then extract from it. There's like symbolic footage of my own body that kind of ties in with these themes. Overlaid on top is this conversation currently that I have had with an oceanographer who has been talking about process of like the parenthesis fragmenting. That's the dialogue that I have currently, but I also have interviews planned with other academics and people who have lived by the Caspian that can bring me closer to that experience on a human level, but also thinking about how this body of water has lost its voice in a way due to like our imperial powers that surround it and extract from it. And I guess I'm thinking about how do we give these human materials agency and using my own body and finding a way to express that or give space to that.